by the power of Grayskull.
Hey everybody, it's a Review Revolution, back at you again with another Double Feature Friday! Woohoo! Yes, it's a Double Feature Friday, which means the weekend is here. Congratulations everybody! Today, for our Double Feature Friday, surprise surprise, the Masters of the Universe Count Marzo, who just went on sale yesterday, who just sold out yesterday, as it so happens, was waiting for me when I got home. And, of course, here's the white mailer box. Nothing new, nothing different, except that it says Count Marzo. All right. Count Marzo. You know, I wanted to get him done as soon as I got him, because I want to open him up and have some fun. But it's something where, in some ways, I wish I would have had a little bit of time in between. Because, you know, I made the point yesterday, and it's kind of strange to bring it up, you know, the very next day, but considering how Count Marzo, I mean, they never did a Count Marzo figure for the Classics series, and when you see his character in the Filmation, it's not surprising. I mean, the guy was just a doof. So, for us to get the 2002 Count Marzo, actually, that's kind of cool. That really is. Count Marzo was really pretty, he's really kind of badass, actually. So taking a look at him in the Classics form, yeah, I mean, this is how he should have been. He wasn't. It's the way he should have been. Taking a look, of course, we have the always fresh, the always nice. Won't get tired of it for quite a bit of time to come. Packaging, Masters of the Universe Classic at the top. The backdrop of the skyline of Eternia. The Dark Hemisphere, perhaps. The Castle Grayskull brick pattern coming all the way to the front. Count Marzo, Evil Master of Magic, Belt Collector, Air Holes, Lightning, and the Dimple. I love that dimple. That is just so cool. Of course, on the sides, they usually put some sort of special effect that he has. Nothing on Count Marzo that we can tell, but, you know, maybe we'll be surprised. Back of the packaging, again, a little disturbing, or a little disheartening, I should say. We've got Hordak, Evelyn, Battle Armor He-Man, King Randor, Man-at-Arms, Skeletor, all of which are already out. Nothing new. I mean, some of these have been reissued. But none of the new figures. Where are the new figures? I want to see the new guys. But, of course, we have Count Marzo, who we have in hand. So, not even he's new. There we have Count Marzo from the 2002, which I'll refrain from referring to what I think of the 2002 art. Okay. Count Marzo, Evil Master of Magic, real name Marzo Caliph, a 5th degree wizard raised by evil mystics in the Dunes of Doom. Marzo spent most of his early life learning of the many advantages of magic over technology. Seeing the suffering of warriors in the Dark Hemisphere, Marzo became convinced that Eternia would be better off with him as its leader. He staged a series of strategic uprisings across the planet and challenged King Miro for his crown. Unable to defeat the king's army, Marzo used his magical amulet to banish Miro into another dimension. In their father's absence, Miro's royal sons historically joined together and defeated the wizard, trapping him in the form of a powerless old man. That's one of the things where I really wish that for the 2002 series, rather than Marzo have been trapped as an old guy, you know, just this feeble old man, it would have been just better for him to be just a kind of half magic, that it had stolen part of his magic, and that's why he looked and was only the kind of guy he was in the Filmation series. Actually, make that Filmation Marzo his weakened version of the 2002 story. Bind them together. Put them together. I think I would have liked the 2002 series a lot more if there had been a little bit more of an interconnection with the characters, and it wasn't a complete retelling of the story, because I didn't like the way they retold it. But if they had kind of bound them together a little bit more, you know, let them kind of cross over a bit, oh, that would have been cool. But that's enough of that. We'll take a moment, pop Marzo out of the pack, get a look at the figure, have some fun. Be right back. This is an incredible figure. This is a terrific figure. I don't think anybody who has watched any of my Master Universe reviews, at least none of them that have any kind of reference to the 2000X series, can call me a fan of that series. But Count Marzo, so far, I'm open to being convinced. But so far, Count Marzo completely goes against all that, and I think he's great. I think it's a great figure. First off, taking a look, I mean, that is a outstanding sculpt of the character. Mostly original, too, I have to say. I mean, obviously the head with kind of the Whiplash hair, sort of. It kind of reminds me of Whiplash from Iron Man 2. But the head sculpt, of course, completely original. The cape and the top of his chest armor, which actually has a collar that goes up pretty high, looks fantastic. Looks terrific. The belt, or the armor skirt, again, completely original. Completely original for the character. Oops, there you go. The cape, well, the cape is part of the top part of the armor, so of course that goes along with it very nicely. Looks really, really good. Certainly the body is a standard He-Man body. Even has the standard He-Man arms. And it looks like it has kind of the Keldor legs. Not Skeletor, but kind of the blend for Keldor legs. So, you know, taking pre-existing body parts and a lot like Optic, just building onto them with extra armor pieces, they've done a fantastic job. This is an excellent character. Along with the head, one other original sculpt is the hand, which, I mean, that's almost a NECA hand with the way that's sculpted. The lines on the hand, you can see on the back, the veins. That's almost in line with a NECA hand, I would think. It just strikes me as with the deep lines and so forth. It's the only major problem I have with the figure, and that just like with the others, it does have a twist, but it really would have been good to have a hinge. The twist is good, but a hinge would be nice as well. Only drawback, that hand really should have been on a hinge. The rest of the articulation. Now, of course, Count Marzo has this very long hair. It's a soft plastic, so there is some movement, but not all that much. And with a high collar, you know, there's very little up and down. So to stand there and just, you know, give menacing stares, yeah, Count Marzo is great for that, but don't expect his head to move much. The arms, they come up, twist to the bicep, elbow, as we mentioned, the wrist. Got a crunch at the body. And with a twist to the waist. And I think these Master Universe figures have come a long way with the twist. Because for anyone who was collecting, and if they got, say, Triclops, you probably remember there were some tight waists. You had to really work to break that paint. Blah. The legs, they do twist at the waist, come up, out, then at the knee, foot, twist to the boot. Really great. Really nice. I don't have enough time to gush over this figure as much as I like to. Beautiful, beautiful figure. I like the colors. The gray is very nice. It does seem to be a fairly heavy application, which is a little disappointing, but it is not so splotch it doesn't like splotch or overpaint really badly. Little silver rivets on him. But yeah, I think this wristband may be the only one where the paint does look a little on the heavy side. Cape, I just want to make sure to point out, it's got the Count Marzo pattern on it. And completely original. I think that's one of the reasons I really, really like this figure, is that they went out of their way to make it very much an original figure. Very much like the actual character. In the way of his accessories, of course, he has the open hand for his amulet. And I'm not sure if you can really see, but it is a translucent amulet. fits in just like so. And with the sword, which wasn't too bent out of the pack, it's actually pretty nice. It does fit into his hand. But Marzo is a magician, so I don't see him carrying his sword around a whole lot. And not long ago, I mentioned how disappointing it was that the figures weren't being sculpted with, holsters or sheaths or someplace to put their weapons. And sure enough, with just a little patience, Count Marzo gets one. Really fantastic figure. Count Marzo definitely makes my top 5 of the Masters Universe Classic figures so far. But for now, I'd say rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution.